In this video, I'm gonna give the fundamentals on how to give great compliments. And I'm gonna do that through the help of Henrik Fexeus' book, Fingertip Feeling. That's what's coming up. My name is Alexander Nilsson. I'm a dog babysitter as for now, but I'm also running this channel, which is all about finding myself. A state of freedom, a state of being able to talk to anyone, anywhere. And the how we reach this result, well, it happens through facing our fears. At least that's the tool I've found to help me the most. Let's get into how to give genuine compliments. I'm sure you can relate back to a past memory of yours when someone actually saw something particular, something special within you. And it just made you feel great.
Vilket vackert leende du har.
Tack detsamma.
Varför skrattar du och ler idag?
Ja, det är för att du sa vilken söt hund du har.
Var det så?
Basically, the compliment skill, it has two purposes. First off, this whole thing of making a good impression, making people like us. When we give a good compliment, it impacts the person we're talking to.
Oh, I'm such a great storyteller. I remember when Alex told me that.
I am thereby associated to good emotions, and that's for sure something we want. But the second thing that has the true value here is the ability to actually make someone feel good. That adds to the whole point of being here. That makes us feel purposeful. It feels so great to give. In the Swedish social skills expert Henrik Fexeus' book Fingertip Feeling, he outlines the fundamentals on how to give a great compliment. And it's very straightforward. You only have to first observe the person or what the person is doing and then tell them that. But we have to be particular, we have to be thoughtful, we have to be detailed in how we deliver the compliment, in what we say. We can't be general.
Oh, you're good looking. Oh, you're such a great person.
Now that's the truth with modification, because a quite general compliment can be very impactful if it comes across as a super authentic and real thing to say. If I'm a person that have a hard time to express myself and I'm actually able to say something to a person and they can tell that I mean it, that really was an effort to say that, like if my dad says something to me, that will be impactful. But the thing I want to underline here is that it's much easier to have impactful compliments if we are more detail oriented. And now we're just talking about the appearance of a person, but that is a really great first thing to go to. If you're meeting up with a friend or a random stranger or whatever, and you see something that you like, it's very easy to compliment on these things. I do that all the time. Like the other day when I was out shopping and I found myself standing in a line waiting to pay for my things. There was an old lady in front of me. She had these orange, really nice Nike shoes. And I said,
Damn, those Nikes with that orange color, great pick.
And she got really happy, but it also acted as a conversation starter. We got into a whole different topic.
Jag blev glad av dig.
Ja, vad härligt. Jag blir glad av dig med.
It's also applicable when you're on a date or talking to a friend or... I had a great experience from this a couple of days ago when I was meeting with an old friend, and she was wearing like this little bracelet on her foot, but also she had a necklace and some earrings and rings, and it was like a thought through theme. Just like Sherlock Holmes, you can go through and scan the person, look at what's happening, what thoughts has been implemented in the outfit. It's really fun actually. It's not about trying to come up with clever compliments to give so they can be impressed. It's about expressing what you're actually feeling and thinking. That's when your body language is working with you. They can tell if you mean it for real or not.
You look nice.
Thank you so much, Russell. I appreciate that.
I like these sort of gladiator high-heeled shoes you're wearing, and I like your legs.
And so throughout this meeting with her, I observed all these details, but I didn't find a good opportunity to just burp out these compliments because we were into other deep topics. But later on, we got into a context where I found an opportunity to just, in an authentic and natural way, mention to her that I really liked how she matched her bracelet with her rings and her foot link. At this moment, I was sitting next to her and I wasn't even seeing her foot, and she got really surprised, like, oh, you really take notice. It's just a great way to make someone feel happy. But the physical appearance, that's one thing. The next level is to actually compliment on the behavior, the actions that people take, because it represents so much more than what a person is wearing. If someone is telling a story in a group and it's just very vulnerable, and if you, in a good way, can bring that to the surface.
I really thought you were brave there for daring to show your true self like that, exposing those kinds of things. It's impressive. You're an inspiration to me.
Now, such a compliment can really make a deep impact. It's not about what a person is wearing, it's about how a person is choosing to live and how they act and what they're doing.
How do they make that look like you actually fell down, hit the landing, and then you continue in the same shot?
So, cool question. So, we had a camera rig on. I love your questions, by the way.
Thanks,
dude.
man.
This is why you love movies, man.
Yeah, I love this. You know I love this stuff, man. It's my favorite stuff to ask.
I love it.
So when you're with people, observe them. Observe what they're doing, how they're doing it, what actions they are taking, and think about what that represents. And then tell them that. And be specific. A little trick that Henrik mentions for how to improve your compliment is to put yourself in the compliment.
The way you were telling that story earlier at the dinner table, how do you do that? How do you get into that story mood? When I try to tell a story, it's just so flat. I just run to the end straight away.
Putting yourself down to then lift them up. You really motivate the reason for the compliment. Another tip that Henrik mentioned, compliment a person in a group setting. That will for sure make the value of what you're saying even greater, because you're impressing all the people around you, not lifting yourself up. And taking it even further, you don't even have the person you're complimenting being in the group.
You gotta realize he's the Matrix guy. Yeah. That's some over-the-top fame. He hit that Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise level of fame, and then just became this super chill, mellow guy that can just like go through crowds. That guy sits on the subway by himself. No, like,
that's freaking awesome.
If Lisa over there has something of value that you think should be highlighted in the conversation you're having, you should bring that up. Get you into the mindset that you are a person that gives value, that talks good about people. It's just who you are. I'm a runner. I go out running. I'm a giver. I'm the kind of person that talks good about people, which will make them feel that you are that kind of person. When we tell these compliments, don't overuse the same words. Use vivid, colorful words. Like in Swedish, Henrik mentions that trevlig, the translation for nice, is the most common overused word of all time in the Swedish language.
Oh, that was such a nice cinema. Oh, what a nice dress. Oh, your hair looks so nice.
Mix it up, change it up, and make the words pop.
I know that within you there is a limitless divine beauty, and within me as well. And if I connect with that, then we'll be okay.
As long as you don't use the words that doesn't suit the context, or perhaps isn't the way you usually talk, just makes you come off as fake or like trying too much. It's a matter of finding that fingertip feeling. You have to play around with it. You have to find your voice. If you use the compliment as means for warming up the person to a question or a request of some kind, the only thing that will lead to is that that person will think that you were trying to manipulate him or her to getting what you wanted in the first place. Use the compliment to give value, to make the person feel good.
Merry Christmas!
But just because you decide to become a great compliment giver, it doesn't mean that you should go out and throw compliments all over the place. That will only cause inflation. And by that I mostly mean don't give 15 compliments during a 10-minute conversation. Now that's overdoing it. But don't hesitate on stopping a random person on the street, telling them they have a great smile and that they should keep doing that.
Vad heter du?
Stine.
Stine?
Ja.
Vilket fint leende då, Stine.
Now it's time to go out there and practice, because otherwise you ain't gonna change for shit. And then it's time for the fear workout, where we actually go out there and practice being uncomfortable by telling people nice things about them. But if you want a low-stake social practice routine, all you need is a phone, some determination, and to listen up. Just log into your Instagram account and look through your feed, or search for a specific hashtag, and then you just find a reason to give a specific genuine compliment. And my favorite thing is to give compliments to people that has very few followers or barely get a comment, because then you're really adding something to them. It's like he or she never gets a compliment, and now all of a sudden you give something thoughtful and worthwhile. One last thing that I have to mention before letting you guys go out there and practice is how we should be prepared to follow up with something after we deliver a compliment. I'm sure you know that the stigma that can arise after we have said something, and it's almost like they are obliged to say something back, which isn't the case, but they can feel that pressure, and we don't want to make them feel that they have to say something back. So not to have that become an awkward thing, we follow up with something, unless they naturally and quick say thank you or reply in a natural way. Otherwise you move on with another topic.
I'm actually standing here with the camera.
Okay.
Because I have a little bit of a personal quest.
Okay.
I'm trying to meet more girls.
Okay.
And you were just stunning, so I just had to approach you.
Oh, thank you.
And my question is,
You can take it wherever you want to, that's up to you, but don't let the thing hang, so we build up this tension and just ruin the whole moment. I want you to let me know what the best compliment you ever received was and how it made you feel. My name is Alexander Nilsson. This is Sleeping Pascal. My sister's dog is so incredibly good at giving me love with his furry hair. Yes, you are. Go out there and practice some compliment giving and let me know how it went. I thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. At that point, I will be back in Stockholm because I've been home here celebrating summer vacation for a couple of weeks.